Well, good morning, everybody. This is a special notice meeting to consider resolutions granting CARES Act money distributions and related budgetary and accounting resolutions. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic and consistent with the governor's executive orders, this meeting will be live streamed so that members of the public who wish to listen and observe will be able to do so, and it will be recorded and transcribed. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Blake.
Here.
Councilman Creaney.
Here.
Councilman D'Esposito.
Here.
Councilman Dunn.
Here.
Senior Councilwoman Gooseby. Councilman Muscarella.
Yeah.
I now ask Councilwoman Gooseby to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hand over heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, please call the calendar.
The first item we have is a resolution authorizing the grant of funds to the Franklin Square and Munson Fire District located in the town of Hempstead to be paid from monies received by the town through the CARES Act to assist them in paying for unbudgeted necessary expenses incurred directly related to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Does any member of the board wish to be heard on this? Does any member of the public wish to be heard on this? I have an indication of a Felix Procacci. Good morning. Give your name and address for the record, please.
Felix Procacci. Usually we call the calendar all at once where, for the administrative calendar. So my question is basically...
Hold on for a second, Mr. Procacci. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
So sorry.
That's okay.
I'm absolutely right. I'm a creature of habit, and I did that completely wrong.
Nope. Hold on, Mr. Procacci. We're going to be calling the calendar all at once?
Yes.
Yes.
There are items 1 through 21 on the administrative calendar. I also have one resolution that is of an urgent or emergency nature. It's entitled Resolution Authorizing Temporary Suspension of Enforcement of Certain Building Zone Ordinance Provisions until further determination of the Town Board in relation to protecting and facilitating operation of schools, religious uses, and restaurants in the town of Hempstead subject to specified conditions. This will be item 22 on the administrative calendar.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm sorry, Mr. Procacci. So back to you on items 1 through 22. Did you have a comment?
Yes. Okay, just on the one that the town clerk just read, can you just post that complete online so that I could read that, after the meeting? Because it wasn't online this morning.
Okay.
Okay, and then also, why did these resolutions needed to be passed today? Why couldn't they be done at the November 17th meeting?
Frankly, because of more of an urgent nature, because it relates to pandemic relief, PPE testing, COVID testing, antibody diagnostic testing, and reimbursements. So we felt that really, with the fact that the numbers have gone up, particularly in certain parts of the town of Hempstead, we wanted to move all the initiatives as soon as possible because it is about saving lives.
Okay, because you could have distributed the money without a resolution. We've done a lot of things like that in the past, and then later on passed the resolution. Sort of like we did with the bed bug issue, we spent the money on the exterminator.
Anything on items 1 through 22?
No, I'm just talking about the procedure, so it's just an example.
Yeah, I think your bed bug issue had nothing to do with CARES Act funding.
No, it had to do with the procedure. We spent the money first, and then we passed the resolution after. That's what I'm talking about, the procedure. Will we be posting a list of these expenditures on the town's website, how it's detailed out?
John, Mr. Mastromarino, you can answer that, or how we do the grant, and then we have them submit the reimbursements?
Yeah, well, the way I read this, there's like sort of 3 items for each entity. One is the grant, one is the transfer of funds, and then one is the adjustment to the balances.
Right.
So the way I read it was we're transferring the money to all these entities.
No, the controller could speak, but he's put in the safeguard of, there's the allotment of the grant, there's the transfer of the money from the general CARES funding to the other account, and then there will be the authorization for the expenditure. That's what he's saying to you. We're not just handing someone a big check. He's actually creating that mechanism to make sure we have an accounting for everything.
Okay, but it just sounds like you're doing it all in one. That's all the way I read it. But anyway, so like I said, when you get those receipts and everything, are you going to be posting that on the website?
No, John, we don't put them up on the website. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be entering each receipt in the accounting system? So if I foil it, I don't really need the actual physical receipt, but the accounting report of all the receipts. Is that going to be in the system, or are you just going to enter it in one lump sum in the system so I really don't see any details?
If you want to see the details, we will stick with you. You can have all the details you want. The actual issuing of the check will be a total for their claim form. The claim form will be entered in the system.
The claim,
So he's saying they're going to take he's going to have all the proper receipts after reviewed, approved, then he'll do the drawdown. So it'll probably be one line, but if you want to do a full request for an actual breakdown, you do a request and he provide you with the receipts at that time.
Okay, because sometimes in accounting systems, they enter each.
Yeah, no, I got you.
One at a time, but in your case, you're not doing that.
Because you could be in some instances, John, you correct me if I'm wrong, where you might have somebody have a receipt for $5,000 or somebody for $5, 100 times. So that's why. So, but they will be available, and that's why I said the nice mechanism that John's put forth is to make sure we retain them and have the collection of them all for the audit procedure that the feds are going to do after the program.
Okay, and also on page 1 for the Franklin Square Fire District, you have the address incorrect. It's 833 Hempstead Turnpike. You have the address in Hewlett.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Well, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Any other member wish to speak on this? Any of the town board members have any comments about any of items 1 through 22? Okay, if not, may I have a motion?
Go ahead, Dorothy.
I move the calendar in its entirety, including the add-on.
Second.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Clavin?
Yes.
Councilman Blakeman?
Yes, I would like to thank, first of all, Supervisor Clavin and my colleagues on the town board for providing the resources to our healthcare facilities and our social service facilities throughout the town in providing PPE testing and needed supplies and food pantries for people who are really hurting. There's still a lot of people that are really hurting out there, and Supervisor Clavin, I thank you for your leadership as well on the emergency hand-up so that restaurants can put up temporary facilities to expand the number of seats that they have so they can survive through this pandemic, as well as religious institutions who would like to have more people worship. They have a small amount of people that can fit into the facilities that they currently have, and by using the side yard and rear yard setbacks with temporary structures, more people will be able to worship. So thank you so much to the supervisor and my colleagues. I vote yes.
Councilman Carini?
Aye.
Councilman D'Esposito?
Aye.
Councilman Dunn?
Aye.
Senior Councilwoman Gooseby?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella?
Aye.
Well, I want to thank my colleagues, and thank you, Councilman Blake, for the kind words. This is great stuff we're just passing right here. As he said, for diagnostic testing, for PPE, we're teaming up a United Way for filters for senior citizens, and reimbursing first responders for their costs. So to kind of just say, when everybody works together, you get a lot more done than continually fighting. So I'm blessed to work with nice people who really have their sight on every community. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. And with that, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I second it.
Supervisor Clavin?
Aye.
Councilman Blakeman?
Aye.
Councilman Carini?
Aye.
Councilman D'Esposito. Aye. Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Senior Councilwoman Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
All right. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day.